Hey, Robyn Openshaw here. Welcome to my Bitcoin channel. Used to be studying crypto all the time. Now it's just Bitcoin. Double down, triple down on Bitcoin. And it's hard to see the price come down, but it's also a good process. Kind of like a forest fire burning out. All the old dead wood has to happen every 20 years or however often in a forest. It's a really great analogy for thinking about Bitcoin. But I want to show you a couple of graphics that I came across, and we'll see if I can handle the actual sharing of an image. All right, you can see this, right? So this shows you the high point that Bitcoin reached starting in 2010 through 2025. So it's showing you almost all of the years since Bitcoin's invention. And you'll see that if you look through it, usually each next year there's a newer high point, but not always. So if you look through it, you're going to see 7 years, if I count correctly, where the high was actually lower than the year before. And I just want to share this to add context to my last video where I talked about this but didn't show it because Bitcoin jumps around in price, and there's a lot of different factors that go into that. And we don't always know what the factors are. The thing that was really strange about this one compared to 2022, which is the huge one that I lived through and did not sell, I'm happy to say, any Bitcoin. Couldn't be happier about that, is that there's no FUD going on this time. There's no fear, uncertainty, and doubt, which we call FUD. It's just a goofy acronym, kind of like HODL, hold on for dear life. It's just, there's a lot of acronyms that have grown up around this Bitcoin industry. There's been no FUD, and then it went down by 30%. And so I think that that is part of what caught people off guard. And also, lots of new retail investors coming in. If this is your first year, it's really normal to feel anxiety. But I wanted to share this because I think it would make you feel better. That it's not every single year that it's gone up. It's not like this is the first time and oh no, I got in too late. All the gains had already been realized by the people who came before. Now it's crashing. No, let me show you this other one here. Okay, so this is the average market price as priced in dollars across all the Bitcoin exchanges, all the major ones. And this is just showing how it's gone up, 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 and people are starting to scream, Bitcoin's a bubble, it's a bubble, which was true in the sense that, sorry about that, which was true in the sense that there were people who were leveraged and who had to get wrung out, like we were talking about, not a bubble in terms of the asset itself. So then when it crashes down, you see this first one, this is the first time where all the Bitcoin haters were saying Bitcoin's dead. Then it climbs back up, maybe for a year, maybe for 2 years. Then people start saying, we're going to the moon. That's the euphoria out there. All the Bitcoin podcasters are making price projections. Don't listen to them. They don't know. They're guessing, or they're basing it on previous math, as if the 17 years of history we have, it's good at being predictive, but it's by no means rock solid. So then it gets really high again and it feels really frothy, and let people who are leveraged get wrung out again. And so Bitcoin crashes down, sometimes it has crashed down as much as 70 or 80%. And then the new narrative is Bitcoin's dead. People are making fun of their friends who own Bitcoin. Then it climbs up again. So you're seeing it here. This was through the 2022 history of Bitcoin. So I just want to show you that this is like so typical what's happening right now. The thing that's weird about it is that there isn't any FUD that you can pin it on that and say it happened because of this. However, all these OGs in Bitcoin who bought it when it was like at 4 cents and were just smart enough to hang on to it, keep their seed phrases, not forget about it. there aren't a ton of them, but they are out there, and it's good when their Bitcoin changes hands because it distributes across a lot more people, and institutions buying it gives it more funding for the network to grow and become more mainstream and more adopted. I mean, I both love and hate as it becomes more mainstream. But anyways, I just want to do another video so that I could share with you a little bit more visually about this so-called market crash. It could go deeper, but just remember, you're in it for the long haul. If it's stressing you out, I highly recommend don't look at the price every day. That's what's causing your stress, and it's unnecessary. Unlike some stresses in life, it's unnecessary stress to look at the price of Bitcoin every day, or however often you're doing it, that is causing you pain and suffering. These things have happened since the beginning of Bitcoin. The volatility is what actually makes it really elegant in so many different ways. Not everybody likes the volatility. It might be stomach churning for you if you're new in Bitcoin, but if you've lived through one of these before, you see it totally differently than how you would see it if it's your first year or if you came in since like 2023 and so you've never seen a crash before. So this 30% correction or crash, whatever you want to call it, is really not that big of a deal compared to what Bitcoin has been through and will go through again, I'm sure. So it's also a good lesson in some people were FOMOing in at 120,000 and 125,000. And I think in the end, that'll be a rounding error and it won't matter to you. It won't matter to you when Bitcoin's at 200,000 or 500,000. It matters to you now if you paid more than the current price is at. Guess what? I bought a lot of Bitcoin at above 100,000 too. But I'm just going to be patient, playing the long game, and reminding you to do the same because nobody should even be in this asset if they're not in it for a commitment of, say, 4 years. Anybody who bought at any price has come out ahead if they held for even 3 years. In any of the 17 years of Bitcoin's history, any 3 years, no matter whether you bought at the high point, everybody has come out way ahead. So that's not the case right now. Right now, after this crash, it's not the case for the people who've been buying, especially the last 5 months. But anyway, I just want to give you a little pep talk and remind you that this is actually how Bitcoin works because it's a truly free market system. You're not used to truly free market systems. Our government, US government, cannot allow the US stock market to crash. So it's completely overvalued, and that's why I don't want to buy it. I don't like all the games that go on that artificially prop up the S&P 500, which is really just the Mag 7. It's really 7 monopolistic companies, and I don't want to invest in them. Okay, they have like guaranteed money just pouring in from all the people out there grinding 40 hours a week or more and funding their pensions, and they just keep plowing into Tesla and Nvidia and Microsoft and Apple and Amazon. The usual suspects. So Bitcoin is an exciting way to be able to get yourself free of the dollar and all of the crazy hypothecation and the government printing money and lending money into existence. Okay, so join our Wednesday night classes where we go deep on these things. We take your questions every Wednesday night. I'll put a link down below that gives you a free third month and get $50 extra off by using coupon code ROBYN, ROBYN. I'll see you next time.